Fairly nice day for most of us here in Kern County, warm, but not too warm. I do think later in the week, though, many of us are going to feel like it is a little bit too warm outside. Right now, 86 degrees at China Lake. That's kind of pushing it, but plenty of comfortable spots. Bakersfield is at 80 degrees. Most of our desert communities are hovering right around 82. And look at the mountains. Nice and cool temperatures. 63 in Tehachapi, 59 degrees at Pine Mountain Club, the coolest spot on the board there besides Breckenridge at about 7,000 feet. But let's get into the overnight temperatures. Not too much of a drop in temperatures overnight tonight. 40s and 50s countywide. Keep in mind that most of last week we were looking at overnight lows in the 30s and 40s. So mild overnights compared to last week. And in general, temperatures are going to be a lot warmer across the board. Let's take a look at what we're expecting tomorrow. Desert areas like the Indian Wells Valley pushing 90 degrees tomorrow. So we are going to see a little uptick in temperatures there. 65 at Tehachapi. That's not a big change. Beautiful 70s in the KRV and 77 degrees here in Bakersfield tomorrow. So really comfortable for most spots, but again, getting a little bit warm over in the desert. Desert areas are also going to be dealing with some gusty winds. The Indian Wells Valley, not quite as bad, but our most wind-prone areas, the Jawbone Canyon area, Mojave, winds gusting over 40 miles per hour at times. So we actually have a wind advisory in effect through the night tonight and all the way through the day tomorrow. So gusty winds really the only threat to our weather in the short term. In the long term, what we're tracking is big warm up. We already saw temperatures that are close to 90 degrees in the desert with this little tiny high pressure that's built in right now. A much stronger ridge of high pressure is going to be moving in. You can trace those kind of yellows and oranges surging all the way up to Montana. So this is going to be a big wave that warms us up all across the state of California and the western United States. And we are certainly going to feel the impacts of that, and we'll see that here as we step through the 7-day forecast. Let's start with the valley. Definitely heating up here. I think we're probably going to stay under 90, but it'll be fairly close. Your day planner through tomorrow, we are expecting some clearing skies through the afternoon, moderate air quality, and temperatures tomorrow actually really comfortable. I've got us at 77 degrees in the peak of the afternoon. That's really not too bad. That is a nice, comfortable day. And even as we warm up a touch on Wednesday, I keep us at 82. Thursday, we're going 87 right now. May bump that up a degree or two by the time we get there, but it's probably upper 80s seems most likely. And then temperatures actually step down for us into the weekend. I think we're right back down into the 70s, and we should hold upper 70s to around 80 degrees, which is fairly normal for this time of year into next week. Made a couple changes with the 7-day forecast. Wanted to feature the desert communities a little bit more. So the Kern River Valley, your top line there, temperatures peaking in the mid to upper 80s by the mid to end of the week. Mountain areas, pretty warm actually, closing in on about 80 degrees by the time we get to Thursday, but desert areas are going to be warm into the 90s by the time we get to Wednesday, Thursday.